Okay, for this one, I took the butterfly piece of paper that was in the Sweet Pea design series, and I pulled it out, and I've cut out the butterfly that was in there. And then I'm going to go up here to my pot that I have the ultra thick embossing enamel melting in, and I'm just going to take my tweezers and I'm going to put this into the enamel, and I'm just going to turn it upside down so that I coat the whole side of the butterfly. And then I just want to simply, and this will, again, I put some, you need to put something on. Probably every time you dip into this pot, you need to go ahead and put something on there. If you want to coat both sides, you can do that. So I've just coated both sides, just spinning it around, and then pull him out and just kind of let the excess fall off. You can shake it, so forth. And then I'm just going to lay him here to dry on my wax paper, if I can get him off. Okay? So as he's drying, and he'll dry pretty quick. That's what he looks like when he's coated. I'm not worried about all the imperfections because when I use my heat gun over him, he's going to smooth out. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch another one out just in some blue. Maybe with that little flower on him. And I think I'm going to bend him a little bit so I can put him on there. So I've got him, and I've got him bent, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip him in the same stuff and flip him over. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of out of the camera there. So I just kind of dipped him, put him over, and now I'm going to kind of get the excess off. And I'm going to let him dry for a minute. And again, don't worry about those boogers. Now this is hot, because that stuff is hot. But don't worry about those boogers, because we're going to fix those when we go to put these together with the heat gun. So I'm just going to let them set for a minute. I'm going to put my lid back on here so this stuff keeps melting. And you'll see that big booger I have there? You can either take a pair of scissors and you can kind of snip that off of there gently. These probably are a little bit bigger than what I needed. I'm trying not to cut my paper. Or again, as you'll see when we go in here, and I go to melt this piece onto him, I'm going to lay this here. And what I want to do is I want to take my tweezers so I can hold him down where I want him. And then I want to take my heat gun. It's going to be a little bit noisy, but I'm going to actually adhere them together by starting to melt this. And watch that little bubble. Now this gets hot, so I wouldn't recommend doing what I'm doing, but you just want to kind of get the two together, or you can use your glossy accents. And you could put them together with glossy accents, however you want to do it. And he might be easier with glossy accents. But because I wanted to try and get these bubbles out of there too and melt those down, I was going to try and adhere them together this way. But I might have to do him with some glossy accents. So I've got him on there. And if I just hold him for a few seconds, maybe till he starts to cool down. There we go. And he's gonna dry. And again, if you use a non-stick cookie mat, it's really ideal for this project. I just didn't have one. Okay, and so you can see I have that big bubble right there. Not a problem. Just gonna take my heat gun and just melt that down with my heat gun. And you can see that melting. And I just melt any imperfections that I don't like down with my heat gun. And I have this really adorable glass looking butterfly that I can add onto my flower. How pretty is that? Thanks for joining me. Bye.